Hey, it's the Nerdy Sports Fan, and we're giving out draft grades. Now, let's go into the AFC North and kick things off with Pittsburgh. Now, they did not have a first round pick. So they're one of a number of teams that didn't, and they didn't really have many picks in general. So we don't have a heck of a lot to go off of as compared to other teams, but Pittsburgh has always drafted pretty well. Now, they are the model for stability and consistency in the league. They rarely, if ever, have to hire coaches. They've got the same front office manager forever. In fact, he only just recently received the title of GM, even though he's been acting as one for a long time for this team. So Pittsburgh does things in a way that other teams should model themselves after. Now, that being said, second round pick, Chase Claypool, I fucking love. All right. You knew that the offense needed some tweaking. Okay. The loss of Antonio Brown was big. Julio Jones can't do it all on his own. And when Big Ben went down, you really saw how much this team depends on the defense in order to win games. So getting another receiver that can really strike some fear into defensive secondaries is going to be big and take some pressure off of Juju and let him do his thing. Chase Claypool has rare measurables. Okay? 6'4", 4.4 speed. The college production that he had, his height, his speed, that puts him in the category of, I want to say the last few people that have come out of college with those kind of measurables. Calvin Johnson, Randy Moss come to mind. I'm not saying he's going to be those guys. I am saying he's built like them, and he's as fast as them. So if he ends up developing well, that's his ceiling. Now, his floor is obviously going to be much more modest, but he's got a very high ceiling based off of how athletic he is, how tall he is, and how fast he is. He's got very good body control, so he can make odd angle receptions, and he had to a good amount because, nobody's drafting Notre Dame's quarterback anytime soon. So I think getting better quarterback play is going to show a lot of people what Chase Claypool can do. And obviously that's going to happen with Ben Roethlisberger. So I really love the Claypool pick. Alex Highsmith, I'm higher on than a lot of people are. So small school guys, I felt were going to fall in the draft in general. But the ones that didn't were going to be drafted by front offices that actually know what the fuck they're doing and have serious investment from ownership and were able to start the scouting process on these guys a little earlier in the year than some of the less funded and less technologically savvy front offices around the league. So that showed here. So he's a small school guy, yeah, but look at his tape. This guy is going to fit right in. All right, Highsmith, I'm very high on. No pun intended. I think he's going to fit in perfectly with the culture that has been the Pittsburgh Steelers linebacking core. And I think he's a diamond in the rough. I really do. He's, again, coming from a small school, but his tape is just dynamite. He absolutely dominates competition and lights people up. This guy's a tackling machine, and I think he's going to be perfect for this defense. Now, Anthony McFarland, I'm also very high on. And honestly, with where he was drafted and the level of college production he has, James Conner has something to worry about. You draft a running back in the 4th round now for the same reasons that you used to draft a running back in the second round. You're expecting this guy to at least give you some amount of production very early in his career. So he's going to be in a rotation with the running backs that are already there very early. Look at his college production. He's bound to be quite effective. Now, he's not the bruiser. He is going to be more elusive, but it's kind of what you want. You need a complement. So you can't have everybody be the lower the shoulder kind of guy. I would like to see more receptions out of the backfield from him, but that can develop over time. Okay? Not everybody comes out of a college offense where they get loaded up in the receiving game in the way that DeAndre Swift does. So I like McFarland. I think he's got good feet and good instincts, and I think he reads and reacts to the offensive line well to find the hole. And that's the best you can expect out of a rookie running back. So I think he'll do well in this system. Dotson, Brooks, Davis are kind of mad. I'm a little higher on Brooks than where his draft position was. But there's still rotational depth, special teams. Dotson actually might develop into a solid player, but you draft an offensive lineman that late anticipating that they're going to be a backup for you. So I don't really want to spend too much time talking about backup offensive linemen. Overall, on the strength of the top 3 picks, I give this draft an A. I think Pittsburgh didn't have much to work with, but they did extremely, extremely well with what they had to work with. And let's not forget, the reason they didn't have a first-round pick was because they traded for Minkah Fitzpatrick, and that guy was badass. So you kind of have to include that in the conversation for your draft grade. You didn't have a first-round pick, but you do have a Minkah Fitzpatrick. Good job. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Hit up the rest of the videos to see what I think about the other teams. Thanks for watching.